Hey everyone, it's Metcalf Le Roy here, coming to you live from the fitness center at Foothills Wellness Center for a 30-minute TRX workout this morning at 6 a.m. So we're starting just a few minutes early, giving everyone enough time to get motivated, get moving this morning. And so if you're joining us a little later via the YouTube channel, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. We are currently doing these free through the month of April 2020, Monday 6 a.m. and Wednesday 6 a.m. So if you miss us live at that time, you can always go back, search our Facebook Live for the video, our Facebook page, and then also view it on YouTube as well. So this morning we're going to be doing a little bit of a Tabata workout. Tuesday we did more of a rep set workout. So this is going to be 45 seconds on, 15-second break or rest period. So it's going to go pretty fast today. So I hope you are ready. It's a little chilly here in the fitness center this morning. We'll see how long I keep this jacket on. Hopefully we'll get warmed up pretty quickly. So speaking of warming up, I have got right at 6 a.m., so welcome. So let's get started. So bands, TRX bands at number 2 position, and we're gonna start that warm up. Here we go. All right, once again, TRX bands number 2. Grab those handles, 8 squats, feet hip width apart. Here we go. Slow, controlled movement. Really focusing on those muscles this morning. Breathing, engaging that core, squeezing those bum muscles. Give me 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good, now we're gonna go into squats with a row. So we're gonna lean all the way back, so we're a little recline in the bands. We're squatting down. When we come up, we're rowing forward. Eight of these. Breathing, engaging that core. Watch that bounce when you're coming up. No bouncing. 2 more. Last one. Hip hinge, so we're going to balance on that left leg. Right leg's coming out as those arms go straight out. Make sure that that knee, that left knee is softly bent. You don't want to hyperextend it here. Engage that core. Find that belly button, suck it to your spine. Breathing. Gently lowering that right leg. March out if you need to. Switching, balancing on the right leg. Left leg is going out as we bring those arms down. Once again, check that knee position on that right leg. That knee should be softly bent. Engage that core. Don't allow that belly to hang down to the floor. Breathing. And gently coming back up. We're going to be doing crocodile, so walk it all the way back. Elbows are straight. We are holding that plank position, coming up, pulling ourselves up with those arms and with that core, alternating. Breathing. Chin position should be level. We should be looking up at the anchor point, wherever you have those TRX bands attached. Let's do 2 more. And 1 more. Good. All right, so we're going to keep those bands right here at the number 2 position. Once again, this is going to be Tabata style this morning. So we're going to be doing 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest period break. So it's going to go pretty fast. So the first one that we're going to be doing is the mid-row. So you're going to start with those handles on either side of that chest, and we are rowing. Right here. Once again, chin is level. We are looking up at the anchor point, holding that plank. So when I say hold that plank, I I mean engage that core. So find that belly button, suck it to your spine. Here we go, 45 seconds. Feet are planted firmly on your mat or on the ground. Breathing. Halfway point. The deeper you breathe, if that neck gets tense or tight, you're not breathing deeply enough. So remember to breathe. Inhale through that nose, exhale through your mouth. And we're resting. Next one we're going to be doing is bicep curls. So it's going to be the bands. Underhand grip right here at your temples. We're slowly allowing those elbows to straighten, bending back right here. Here we go. Holding that plank. So once again, find that belly button, suck it to your spine, engage that core. I'm going to try to move where you can see me in the camera here. Halfway point. Keep it up. Here we go. Rest. All right, we're going to turn around, face away from the anchor, and we're going to start our tricep press. So once again, grab those handles on either side of those temples. Elbows are in, elbows are bent. We are right here gently pushing out. Here we go. Notice, though, that I am not fully extending those elbows. You're first going to feel this, though, in those elbows. Then it's going to creep up to those triceps. Breathing. So inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Engage that core. Should look like you're holding plank here. Nice, rest. The next one that we're going to be doing is the high row. So very similar to the low row. We're going to start here on either side of our chest. We're going to come back, and when we come up, those arms are coming up and out. Here we go. Back together, rowing to your chest, out, and then out. It should look like almost a Y. Not quite a T, a large Y. If you are doing this correctly and that core is engaged, this is not an easy exercise to do. Remember, with the TRX bands, you control the body weight. So if this is too difficult, take half a step back. That reduces your body weight. If at any point any of these exercises are too easy for you, then you can always take a step towards the anchor, towards the bands, and that increases your body weight, so that makes it a little bit more difficult for you. So I just paused the Tabata timer because that one will definitely raise that heart rate and get you warmed up this morning. All right. So now we're going to move into lower body. We're going to start a balance lunge. So I'm going to demonstrate a balance lunge. So once again, handles about chest height. Feet are directly below those hips. We're going to shift our weight to the left leg, lifting that right knee. When we're coming back, it's almost a lunge, except for notice that my knee is elevated above the floor. If you need to here, you can tap that toe for balance, and then we're back up. So it's a balance lunge. right here. So we will do the right leg going back, then we'll switch to the left leg. Here we go. So slow, controlled movement here, making sure that the pressure is on the bottom of that left foot. So do not white knuckle these handles. These are here just for balance and just for support. Chin is level, so don't be looking down at your bellies or your tennis shoes. Breathing. This one you're going to feel about the third one down. Rest. Both feet on the floor, march it out if you need to. Do a little wiggle. Now we're going to shift our weight to that right leg. We're going to be going back with the left leg. So balance lunge. Here we go. Once again, no bouncing. Slow, controlled movement. Engage that core. Almost there. How are you guys doing this morning? It's a good morning. And rest. All right, so we're going to continue with the lower body. We're going to be doing single leg squats. So if you've joined me before, again, feet directly below those hips, heel on the floor for beginners, squatting, or here. Here we go. Chin is level. Once again, no white knuckling those bands. This is a leg workout. This is lower body. Engage that core, find that belly button. Suck it to your spine. Breathe. Chin is level. Rest. All right, 15-second rest. Now we're switching. We're balancing our weight on the right leg. The left leg is either heel on the floor or up in the air. Here we go. Once again, engage that core. No white knuckling the bands. Chin is level. You should be looking straight ahead. Don't look down at those bellies or tennis shoes. Halfway point. You got this. Slow, controlled movement. And rest. All right. So while we're here, we're going to bring those bands down. I'm going to bring mine just a little below 2. For those of you at home, if you're using the TRX straps that are attached to a door, depending upon how much room you have in that space or in the room that you're in, you may need to come all the way down as well. So we're going to be doing Superman. So with Superman, we're going to walk those bands out so they should be directly above your head. You want to make sure that your heels are still flat on the mat or on the floor, wherever you are. So with Superman, be very careful here with this one. What we're going to do is we're going to really engage that core. So I know I say that in every exercise class that I teach. However, with this one, it's very important. So find that belly button, suck it to your spine. When you do that, then we tighten up those bum muscles. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to hold that plank position. We're coming up on the balls of those feet and coming out here. If you do not have that core engaged, you can easily hurt that mid-back, mid-thoracic, and or low back. So it's just a simple active here. We're holding plank. We're going to be gently pushing back using the palms of our hands on those bands and then coming back forward. So it should look like, if you have a mirror where you can see your profile, it should look like at any moment you are about ready to take off and fly just like Superman. So here we go, 45 seconds. We're going to be doing this twice. Here we go. This is a great total body position with your TRX bands. So once again, engage that core. We're breathing. Inhale through that nose, exhale through your mouth. Now, if you need to come back down on those heels when you come back, do so. You will notice that I am staying on the balls of my feet just for a little bit more balance. It gives me just a little unsteadiness to really focus on that core. So slow, controlled movement, and then resting. Good, 15-second rest, and we're going to do that again. So if you are giving me 70% this morning, you should be a little breathy. You can probably hear it in my breath. Here we go, 45 seconds. You got this. Check that position. Chin is level. Should be shaking a little bit here. This is our second set. If you're doing this correctly, you may even notice on your screen, if I come out and hold 1, 2, you can start to see my entire body shake. That's normal. Breathing. And rest. We're going to keep those bands right here. We're going to go into chest press. And for this one, I'm probably going to have to bring my bands all the way down. So chest press, for those of you with any shoulder issues, you're keeping those elbows close, coming right here. For the rest of you, we're right here for 45. Once again, if this is too difficult for you, take half a step away from the anchor. That decreases your body weight. Too easy for you, take half a step back or closer to the anchor. That's going to increase your body weight. Once again, holding that plank position, finding that belly button. This exercise is going to build up those shoulders and back. We're approaching summer season. So for those guys resting, we're going to do that again. So for those guys who are joining us, that's what's going to make those shoulders, back, and pec muscles look good when you're shirtless. For those women, for swimsuit season. Here we go. Once again. So if you have any shoulder rotator cuff issues, you're keeping those elbows close right here. Trust me, it works the same muscles. It's just easier, particularly if you're rehabbing your shoulder. Holding plank. Halfway point. Breathing. How you guys doing this morning? Starting your day off right. Thanks for joining us. And resting. All right. So if you don't have your bands all the way down, that's what we're going to do next. Make sure that they're all the way down. We're going to be on the floor. I'm going to pause our timer for just a moment. I'm going to move it a little closer to me here. I'm going to move out so that way you can see exactly what we're doing in your screen. So we're going to be on our backs, heels in. So when we come down on the floor, we're going to grab those foot cradles We're going to lean back. We're going to place both heels in, and always tuck the bands behind my tennis shoe tab. So that way, it's a lot harder for them to flip out of those bands. Fully extend those legs. We're going to be doing 2 sets of either sit-ups and or crunches. So with sit-ups, we're fully going to extend those arms above our head, and we're going to come up, engaging that core. For crunches, for those of you who are beginners to this, for crunches, hands on either side of those ears, never behind your neck. We don't want any neck and or cervical issues. It's very easy when your hands are behind your neck to pull that neck forward, causing those issues. So hands on either side of those ears. It's going to be opposite elbow to knee. So right elbow to left knee. And notice that extension. Notice that twist. That's what we're working on, is those abs and those side obliques. And then, of course, left elbow to right knee. So that's what a crunch looks like. Making sure, though, that you're keeping your chin up and you're looking up to the ceiling. Okay? All right. Let me start our timer. Not the best position for it. I'm going to move it here. Your choice. Here we go. So I'm going to start with sit-ups, and then I'm going to go into crunches. I'm going to mix and match. For those of you who love sit-ups, you can do sit-ups for both rounds. So notice, I am slowly trying to control gravity when I'm coming back down. So once again, you don't want that bouncing. You want that slow, controlled movement. Because your feet are elevated in the bands, you are working your entire abs here. So from the bottom of that breastbone to the top of that pubic bone, all of your abs. So for those of you working on that six-pack for the summer season, this is a great exercise. Crunches, here we go. Notice I'm really focusing on getting that full twist, working now more of those side obliques along with the entire ab section. I'm breathing, my chin is up, eyes are looking towards the ceiling, halfway point. You should be feeling this if you're doing this correctly already in those abs. Breathe. That heart rate should be elevated slightly. Woo. And resting. All right, we're going to keep it right here. We're going to grab those foot cradles. We're going to place them on those toes. I'm going to pause the timer for just a second. Place them on your toes on top of the tennis shoes with those knees bent. So now what you can do is just simply flip over. And now our toes are in the bands. So here we are. Now we've got several core exercises coming up. For those of you who have taken any of my in-person classes, you know that I love core exercises with the TRX bands. So the first one that we're going to be doing is mountain climbers. Then we're going to give ourselves a break and we're going to flip back over and put those heels in the bands, and we'll be doing the hamstring hip press combo. So with mountain climbers, this, for beginners, you're going to be on those forearms. We're going to raise that bum in the air, and we're going to climb that mountain. So you're going to be here. More advanced, we're going to be on those hands, coming up into plank and climbing. Okay? Once again, we want to be looking at a 45-degree angle in front of those fingertips. We don't want to be looking back at our bellies or our tennis shoes. Here we go. You've got 45 seconds. So slow, controlled movement here. If at any point in time you're like, Melissa, I can't keep this up, this is too much, simply drop a knee, take a deep breath in, exhale it out, come back up, and just restart. That was the halfway point. You're breathing. Remember, it's very easy to look back at that belly or your tennis shoes. So make sure that you're looking down right in front of your fingertips. And knees down. Resting. So catch your breath here. Deep breath. Now your heart rate should be elevated. All right, I'm going to pause the timer. So to give us just a moment to catch our breath, I'm going to kick those toes out of the bands, rolling back over onto my back. I grab those foot cradles, rolling back. Once again, placing those heels in the foot cradles, and then tucking those foot cradles behind my tennis shoes to ensure that they don't come out. So we're going to go into a hamstring curl hip press combo. So in order to do that, we're on our backs, palms face down, on either side of our hips. We're going to lift that bum up in the air. We're going to curl those knees in. While here, hold this, thrusting those hips up to the ceiling, almost in a modified bridge pose here. Gently back down and out. Now this one is a good one. It's core, legs, a little bit of the upper back. Keep that head flat on the mat. Here we go. Thumb up, curling those knees in, thrusting those hips up, back down to level, and then straighten those legs. Breathing. Keep the back of that head and shoulders on the mat, on the ground at all times. This one you're automatically going to feel in those hamstrings, calves, quads, abs, if you have that core engaged. Breathing. And rest. So gently rest that bum down to the floor. Now we're going to finish out this exercise. So once again, grab those foot cradles, bend those knees, place those foot cradles on both toes. With those tennis shoes flipping over. So last one before the cool down. So make it count here. You have your choice though. You can either go into plank, so beginner plank, knees at about a 45-degree angle. Here you're holding plank. More advanced plank is up here. And for those of you who really want to get adventurous and challenge yourselves this morning, going into pike. So while you're in plank, I'm going to have to come back to the anchor just a little bit here. So while you're in plank, you're going to bring that chin to your chest in your piking up, and then just gently back down into plank. You can mix it up. Have some fun with it. It's our last one before cool down. However, whatever you do, engage that core. Be safe and be careful. Here we go. So I'm going to do a couple of pikes here. But I'm engaging my core. So making sure that that belly is not hanging down to the floor. You want to engage that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine. And if at any point you're like, Melissa, I can't do this anymore, simply just drop the knee, take a deep breath in, back up. Breathe. And knees down. Good job, everyone. All right, so let's go into a quick cool down. That one should have really gotten your heart rate up. You should be sweating at this point. A little breathy, as you can hear in my voice now. So I'm going to come back, bum on those heels, stretching those arms out, focusing on my breath, lowering that heart rate. I'm now going to kick that right toe out of the bands, bringing that right bended knee up in between my arms for a TRX pigeon to the right. You can either keep it here. This is going to open up that hip flexor. We did a lot of work on that lower body. Incorporate that upper body. Walk those hands out, really opening up that chest, opening up those shoulders. Head to the mat and or the floor. Next breath, gently walking and sliding those palms down. Face down on either side, pushing yourselves up. We're now going to come up just a little bit on that right knee, kicking that left toe out, bring that left knee up, straightening that right leg back. So now we're going to pitch it to the left. You can stay here or once again walk it out and down. Breathing. Sliding and or walking, those palms face down back, pushing yourselves up. We're now going to roll over completely on our backs. When we're on our backs, we're going to bend those knees, place those feet flat on the mat. We're going to bring those knees back. I'm going to make sure that you can see me here in the camera. Bring those bended knees into your chest, wrapping those arms around. We're just going to gently sway side to side, following that belt line. Releasing from your middle back, mid-thoracic down to the low back. You might hear a little snap, crackle, pop. That's normal. From here, we're going to bring those arms up, palms face together. Straighten those legs into the ceiling, up to the ceiling. Feet are flexed, so it should look like you're holding up the ceiling. Your shoulders are flat on the mat. We're going to loosen up the upper body just for a minute here. So when we take a deep breath in, we're going to gently lift those fingertips closer to the ceiling, raising those shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, gently, shoulders back down. So inhale up, exhale down. A couple more. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. On that exhale, gently allow those arms to fall down to the floor, palms face down. We're going to gently bend those knees. If you have low back issues, placing those feet flat on the mat. No low back issues, keep those legs straight, knees softly bent, engage that core, and gently lower those legs down to the mat. Once down to the mat, we're going to straighten those legs out, allowing those feet to fall to the side. This position is called corpse. It is your final resting and recovery pose. So giving yourself just a moment here, focusing on that breath, bringing your breathing back down to your normal cadence, lowering that heart rate. When you feel you're ready to start your day, simply rolling over to bend those knees, placing those feet flat on the floor mat, rolling over onto your right side, using that left palm face down in front of your chest to gently push yourselves into a seated position. I always recommend whatever exercise that you've just completed, making sure to ground yourself, so making sure that you have even pressure on those sits bones, doing a body scan, making sure that we've completely loosened those muscles. Our heart rate is lower than what it was. Our breathing is more normal. And if you need to sit here a couple more minutes, if you really got after it this morning, then sit here for a couple minutes. There's no harm done. You just don't want to pop up and start your day and cause an injury, okay, when you're not feeling quite yourself yet, okay? So once again, thank you so much for joining me this morning. TRX free 30-minute classes, Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 a.m. If you've missed us live, you can always jump on our YouTube page and see those exercises and routines again. And if you had just a fantastic time and want to do that routine, it was your favorite one again, of course, then you can jump on our YouTube channel as well. So thank you so much once again for joining us. I hope everyone out there has a fantastic day. Stay safe and stay healthy.